What's my favourite food? That's a hard one because I like all food really. I think my favourite is lasagna, but it's got to be good lasagna and probably with chips and maybe some bread. Yeah, I have lots of hobbies. I really like playing cricket and just going out, hanging out with my family really. I've got a lovely wife and a little girl, and so we're always out and about just playing and having fun. Who's my favourite staff member? That's a good question, but quite a difficult question as well. This will sound like it's a bit of a cliche, but it's true. But I get on with everyone I work with. I'm really lucky because of that, because a lot of people don't. But we've got excellent members of staff. I think everyone who works here with us are really, really good. So I'm not going to answer your question. I don't think I've got one really. Anyway, even honestly, I really do get on with everyone, and everyone's great at their jobs. That's why we're so good at it. Why do I do my job? Sometimes I wonder that, but generally, because I think it's really important. I think supporting young carers, adult carers is really, really important in the country as a whole, but locally, like we work in Preston, and I do it because I really like it. I do it because I really believe that we need to do a better job for carers and young carers. How did I get my job? I've always worked for charities actually. I've worked for a big national charity and little local ones, all sorts of different ones. And I can't remember that's all I was going to say. Ask me that question again. How did I get my job? Right, okay. Will you ask me it again?
No, how did you get your job?
In terms of training for my job, I suppose you don't actually need any training. Whereas my background is, I did a degree actually, I did a business studies degree, but part of that degree was one of your years you were out working for a company, but I so happened to work for a charity. So I've always worked for charities through my career, national ones, local ones. So when I saw this job come out, I was really interested. And I've done it for 7 years now, but I'm a big believer actually in that you don't always need training to do a job. Sometimes it helps, it helps to have that qualification or that training, but I believe a lot of different jobs anyone can do it, you just need to want to do it and you need to show that. So when we interview people here, for example, often you don't get a job here because you've got a qualification or training, it's usually you've got experience, so that bit helps. So like I was saying with me, I'd worked for a lot of charities already for a number of years, so I think sometimes it's more experience rather than training that counts. I think it's really important to have services like Preston Young Carers because there aren't any others out there, and young carers do a lot every day for themselves, for the person they care for. I think just sometimes those people need some support to get through what they're doing. And the young carers I talk to, they don't need loads and loads and loads of support, they just need a bit. They might need help with making sure that their school knows they're a young carer and gives them a bit of a break because of that. But it could be they want a break from being a young carer to come to a place like this and have a bit of time away and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's really important because if young carers projects locally like us weren't here, what else would people do?